are being banned out versus Tundra the most. Maybe Snapfire afterwards, but that's about it.
Gotta say though that this Doom ban is still a bit maybe premature. I don't know. It is a bit unorthodox because they haven't really picked up Doom in the first phase. Yeah, it's 16 days ago.
Yeah, because it's
happened.
been banned. Like if you check the
Has it?
bans
The
out,
first phase?
yeah. Teams are just banning it out versus them. I
Ah,
also
that's
think that it's
interesting.
I also think that it might not be the hero that you have to be that afraid of. But versus Tundra, I suppose no one wants to play. Maybe there's something in the scrims, right, that they're seeing.
No, I mean you're probably right. I didn't pay attention to the bans, but that's definitely true. But that's usually that sometimes happens when you look on Dota Buff, which most pro teams do as a measure of finding out the drafts, right? Then you see what other teams has done in the past, and then you kind of just copy it. You kind of understand why they're doing it, but there's a lot of copying in terms of bans. But anyways, like Razor is still in the pool, and I wonder if Navi's gonna go for that here.
IO is an option as well, of course.
Yeah.
And Weaver.
IO, Snapfire as well, still in the pool. Razor, the one that's pretty much all the rage across the DPC leagues.
And the most
that position 1.
The most popular competitive hero of the season so far, Weaver, still available.
Like this is Navi pretty much banning out 2 heroes that are banned out in the first phase versus Tundra, and then picking the third one. It's Doom, Snap, and Spirit Breaker. So they snatched the last one away.
I do like that Tundra picks up Bane here, because I do think that in some of their losses recently has been due to the fact that they had really weak lanes, both in their safe lane and in their off lane, to be honest, but mostly in their safe lane. And Bane kind of, make sure that you win your lane to some extent at least. And you see Queen of Pain
10
picked up
seconds remaining.
from second pick.
So early, right? Like
yeah, it is kind of. You think there's any shenanigans going on here? Some kind of flexibility here, or?
I'm not sure really. Like the Queen of Pain is flexible. You can play this hero on 4 or maybe offlane. We've seen her play, on the offlane, but by a position 1 player today as well.
Yeah, was it OG, right?
Yeah.
You're
saw
right,
that yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Queen of Pain is becoming very, very popular over the past few days. I mean, in the DPC, in this tournament as well, a lot of teams have been playing with it a lot. Alliance picked in both their games, I believe. And I mean, that hero just seems to be rising in stock pretty ridiculously. And talking about that, we have OD.
Same with OD. Yeah. I mean, OD just seems so ridiculously strong. Like it's just so you have to counter so many things from the hero. You have to deal with his super strong laning presence, his early taking the tower, his double save in the mid game. He still scales into a heavy damage dealer later on, like heavy magic AoE damage with the ultimate, right? And I don't know, we just see when he could play it. Yeah, like it just looks so powerful.
I don't know.
I do think Drow is one of the better like in-game carries against it in the lane as well, right? But it's just it doesn't always matter that much.
Yeah, we saw today a couple of times, like a Drow versus OD, Drow Nature's Prophet versus OD. It kind of works in the lane, but later on, like you said, it doesn't matter. He pops that Senti Eclipse and kills her. Even as an offlaner, he dishes out so much damage. Tundra banning out that Beastmaster, that's pretty much aiming at general, I guess, right? You don't want to be playing against that as Bane. You don't really want to be playing versus boars and all the summons.
Yeah.
And the silencer afterwards as well.
And this Navi actually played silencer the other day.
5 seconds.
Actually, they played it a couple of times recently. So this ban makes sense. It's also really good against both OD and Bane, so makes a lot of sense.
I really hope that Navi pick up Rubik. Firstly, because Aloha Dance is an incredible Rubik player, but secondly, because I want B-Cup to suffer the same way I suffered in that last series, with 1,000 Astrials going off in a single team fight and just heroes disappearing from your map and your face.
I kept on just correcting you when you would say, okay, this guy in prison. No, it was the Rubik. Okay, now it was the OD. No. Yeah,
I had to figure out if
was-
they were dead first. I'd be like on a smidgen of HP, and then that character would just disappear. And I'm like, wait, is that a no? And it's even harder to spot when it's a shard as well. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
And then you see them moving with the shard, and you think, is there a Wraith King in the game? Did they die and now they're, like now they became green and are moving around? It's a rough one, but
It's a trip.
It's a trip. But for Rubik, it's a really good game, and they ban out the PA. I think for Navi, they do have the next pick. I would go with the Rubik, not only versus OD versus Bane. It's good as well.
Yeah,
Not the
I can see
strongest
it.
laner though.
True.
I think it's definitely a good pick because your Queen of Pain is already kind of flexible, right? Assuming you're gonna put it on, you pick it early to put it on multiple lanes, so you don't show anything, which makes it harder for Tundra to draft. And like we just saw with Enigma Rubik against Secret, it was very effective for a long time. They let lose the game eventually, but like GH did a lot of work with Rubik that game.
Oh yes, he did. Final ban out from Navi, and then they get to pick something up. What are they scared of? What do they not want to play against? I mean, there's so many heroes on the side of Navi. I mean, on the side of Tundra, it can be tricky to draft against them. I mean, are there any Skitter favorites which look good here?
There's also a 9 favorite that you might think about banning out. That's the Lina. Like, you do have the OD still, but you're playing versus a co-op. It's a lane that she enjoys playing into. We've seen what Miracle did in that last game. Like, he almost single-handedly carried it, but instead they ban out the Wraith King.
Actually, I think if you go Rubik here on Navi, that the 9 Earth Spirit might be really strong.
I just woke up, not
in
even
this game.
trying right now, and I'm lagging.
Why is that?
I just feel like this mid Earth Spirit against these kind of squishy backliners will just feed.
Interesting.
This high, this high level Earth Spirit, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still like a niche pick, so I also don't know like what's their trigger to pick Earth Spirit mid, right? It's kind of hard to assess because you are picking it into Queen of Pain.
Might not be the easiest lane to play in, right?
Yeah. That would be the issue.
Pretty brutal, yeah. I mean, Lina still seems like a fantastic option, as we said, but they have the OD, but that only means they've got another setup for LSA. They've got Nightmare, and then they've got Astral as well, so...
Rubik is also really good against the Lina, right?
That's what this is saying, yeah.
But I mean...
they'll grab IO now. Second phase IO. It's been a while since we've seen that.
Yeah, usually it gets banned out, right? Instantly, or picked up in the first phase. We have seen IO played with an OD. That overcharge plus Arcane Orb
Filthy.
always comes in handy. Now you have the Tidehunter as well. This puts OD most likely on that mid lane. But overall, I just like the fact that you have Bane set up with the Relocate. It just makes the game so much easier for Tundra now. You don't have to rely on the Ravage to set things up. You can just grip a target or sleep a target and relocate someone back in.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean, Tidehunter also looks strong with these heroes, right? This frontliner for OD. And this is also like one of Tundra's Wisp, like best kind of Wisp partners, I would say. This Tidehunter Wisp.
And you don't really want to pick Ursa into Bane and OD, do you?
Nah, probably not.
So that protects the Tidehunter pick in the safe lane quite a bit. Yeah, Tundra looking really good in the lanes at the moment.
Aren't they just baiting out the Luna here now? Like if you picked the Tidehunter the way they did?
I think Luna's okay. I think you could also go for something like Medusa here, maybe.
Yeah.
Just like either you go for this type of Ursa, right, to win the lane. That seems pretty bad against, like you said, Woody Bane. Or you go for this range carry that can
Razor
kind of farm.
Yeah, they just go with Luna.
There you go, Luna. Makes a lot of sense, as predicted. So you said something about baiting it, Lizard. Do you feel like Tundra now have a plan to finish them off in this draft?
Well, I suppose so, I guess, because it was kind of an obvious pickup, right? When if you plan this Tidehunter all along, I think Luna becomes an obvious pick afterwards. Like I'm feeling Luna or perhaps a Razor, and Luna is something that Navi has played in the past. I'm actually surprised that Shadow Demon went through today pretty much unpicked, undrafted, untouched. I felt like maybe they will follow up with Shadow Demon and Luna, but Rubik is also fine versus OD. Makes sense.
Yeah, it is interesting how it works, right? Because you have like these heroes that counter each other, but when those set countered heroes are not picked, then the heroes, the heroes like Shadow Demon and stuff like that, kind of loses its value because you picked a lot of Shadow Demon because of Spirit Breaker being popular. But if people don't pick the Spirit Breaker that much, then SD kind of also falls out of favor. Makes sense. And then you have when you pick the OD, you're not gonna want to pick Shadow Demon as well that much. So that's kind of how heroes sometimes fade out of the meta. Just come in for a couple of days being like super first picked, and then they just don't get picked after that.
10 seconds remaining.
They just get cycled a lot, right? Like you find the counters to them, then they lose some value and whatnot. Or the counters that they picked into stop being picked.
It just goes so quickly, right? My point is that it can be literally like from one day to another almost that you have to switch. So I guess if you're Tundra, you're looking at a carry hero that's good against Luna, right, on paper.
That's bad against Veno as well, right? Like, because they just banned out the Venomancer.
Veno is interesting ban. Has Navi played that or what?
I don't think so. Overall, no one has been known to play that Veno mid, right? Like throughout the ages. But what they do need is an offlaner for general. Is this Broodmother ban? Oh, all right.
Interesting.
I mean, who knows what this club is as well. I assume it's just no one's hero, and they're just gonna pick it with confidence first too. But you cannot count out that this might be a general hero too, right? In the end, depending on like what happens in the draft.
True.
Is Void any good for Tundra? Like some extra contain for the OD to dish out the damage, I guess.
Yeah, it's also Skeeter, one of his favorites, I would say. And there's like Terrorblade.
No save either.
TB would be better, I guess. Venomancer, though, the ban out then doesn't make sense. We go with the Troll.
Troll. Rising in stock again here. We've got another Troll game, another OD game. Very interesting.
It feels like this Troll hero is a nice pick when you're first pick, right? Because you just pick this hero and he doesn't care as much about the counters. Plus, he's a really strong laner. Like, he cannot really get abused as much as a lot of other heroes can. Yeah. We saw Secret play it the last game as well, right? And they were also first pick, I believe.
Yeah, my only problem is that Troll, it wasn't an easy game for him, right? Like, overall, they dominated all the lanes, and he still struggled later on because of Rubik stealing the imprisonment.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's not a, like auto win, but it's just like a nice go-to choice. And there we have the Angolier.
And just with that pick, I feel like they've got a lot to control at this Troll Warlord with. Like, that disarm is just not something which Troll's good at dealing with, right?
Yeah, the Luna Troll matchup is also kind of, I don't know, it's not particularly, like, Troll doesn't counter Luna, I would say, compared to some of the other heroes we mentioned, like Terrorblade.
Okay, okay. Well, final thoughts on this draft, Mr. Ian, who you might be favoring coming into this first match?
I think the drafts are pretty even. So I'm going to go with Tundra because I think, yeah, if I had to choose one, I would say Tundra, but I think it's anybody's game, to be honest. It's hard to call.
Okay, Lizard.
Yeah, keep in mind that Solo is playing the Rubik. He's not playing the Snap. Aloha Dance is on the Snapfire, which is kind of weird for me. It's one of the things that will make me go in Tundra's favor as well. Even though,
to be fair,
yeah, they're playing Rubik, Astral Imprisonment. I still think that Tundra are just a better team at the moment.
Solo did used to play a lot of Rubik back in the golden Virtus Pro era.
Okay.
So
S5, I think.
So they have two players that used to play Rubik like a long time ago. Let's see what they do now.
But I agree, if it's a really poor Rubik, then that's not a good thing for them this game.
Alrighty, we'll see which way the penny will fall. I think I'm going to go Navi for this game because I feel like there's a lot of positives, and I just did not like this Troll pick. It didn't sell it for me. But let's find out what happens with our casting duo this game of Beacop and Black.
Thank you very much, Nomad.
Whoa.
Ooh, yeah. Look at us.
We're on camera.
We just we get to look good, show off a little bit. You could flex better than I can, so I'm not going to do it. But yeah, I mean, this Tundra's definitely been the more consistent team, I would say. And I think if it comes down to it, like, the drafts are pretty close, and I would have to slightly favor Tundra. But do you think Navi has the tools to overwhelm Tundra? Like, they right now have enough for the Troll, but is that enough if the lanes don't go well.
I gotta say that I like Navi's draft like a little bit better actually, but just because of recent performances, I'm also gonna lean the way of Tundra. Like
Right.
the draft have all the tools necessary to deal with the troll. Like the troll shouldn't have a fun game at all. I just feel like the tempo that Tundra might bring could be a little bit too fast for them.
Right. Yeah. We'll have to see because Navi's had a couple inconsistent games here or there. I think right now we're just paused, but both teams have given the ready and go. So once they unpause, we'll jump right into the game. You just have to see our ugly mugs a little bit longer. If you don't want to focus on our ugly mugs, you could take a look at Black's cat behind him. And now you can't. It's gone.
Instant smoke up, get out some good vision, and potentially get that first blood, the sneaky one. But yeah, it's like this Navi draft looks really strong when it comes to team fighting, right? Pickoffs, not as much until Pangolier gets his Blink Dagger at least, but yeah, same thing can be said about Tundra. Like OD and Tidehunter are insanely strong in team fights, and they do have the grip against the Pangolier role if they ever want to utilize it that way.
Right.
I'm so confused that Rubik's POS 5 this game. That is such a good Rubik game. Ravage, Astral, Fiend's Grip. There's so many good spells to steal. Like, a rich Rubik here could solo carry the game, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely a hero that you want more farm on. Like, there was a point where we thought Rubik just was not good enough to be playable that often, and now he's kind of coming to the mix a little bit more. But he's coming to the mix more because he's been played as a 4, because he has that opportunity to get a little bit more farm. I'm a little, like you said, I'm a little worried as well about what this Rubik's going to do with no farm.
Yeah, so most of the time, why Rubik is good or bad in the game is because of the heroes that are in the meta, right? Like right now, Bane is very popular, OD, Tidehunter, these really big steals, which is also why Rubik is just becoming more popular again. Skeeter, who has the faster fingers. Ooh, Aloha dance. Gotta go back to the click trainer, Skeeter.
Do you have the auto right click on when you hold it down on?
I do, but it's much slower than if you actually like to spam it fast. Unless you're a really like 60-year-old boomer, then maybe it's faster. I'm not sure. But like, you know me, I got torpedo fingers, man. That was 100 times, by the way.
Technically, you only shoot one torpedo.
Yeah.
You know, you're not shooting multiple torpedoes at a time. Just saying.
That depends on the submarine, though.
I guess it's true.
I think everyone got what I meant. I have very fast fingers. That's what I'm known for in the business.
Yeah, you gotta look at those guys. You gotta look up those guys who do like professional paintball, who use the double finger triggers to fire as fast as possible. That's quick fingers.
Yeah, I mean that is insane though. Like I'm still normal, you know. They're crazy. I'm the normal guy.
So, taking a look at the top lane at the moment with V2 and Solo, is this a lane that you think that they should be winning, or, you know, with Snake King and 33 as the tied IO, should they be able to hold up themselves?
I think both lanes are gonna farm quite well, simply because like, you can't really pressure an IO tied lane. Like they just have pretty much infinite HP regen, and at the same time they can't really pressure the Luna too much, who has like a ton of bonus damage from the Luna Blessing. He should be found very comfortably here. But mid lane should get very difficult for the Quop as soon as the Ring of Hell flies out, which it already is, I think. It's gonna get really tough.
Ooh. Snaking gonna pop.
It always looks
south.
exciting, but then you just tether away.
Yeah, the tether range is quite far. The movement speed on it is pretty quick too, and just feels like you get out for not free, but you do get some quick escape routes.
Yeah, look at the OD. Just permanent 10.5 HP regen. Very nice.
Solo again taking a lot of damage up towards top, and he's got 6 charges in the stick, 1 on the tango. Not too much regen to really work with if you were to get continually harassed, and Luna's got nothing. So
yeah, I quite like what they did here. Like he's going 0 in Kraken Shell and just full offense with a Gush plus Anchor Smash, putting in the pain to those heroes. And I also think IO is going for a Soul Ring, which just means even more spam for the Tidehunter.
a little mana intensive spamming the gush, but we'll see if they're okay with it. Skeeter and Fada so far. You've got the troll at 15 and 2, so holding his own in this bottom lane for the moment against Aloha Dance in general.
Yeah, actually doing a little worse than I expected. Like Troll, the matchup into Pango is actually pretty good, so Navi's doing a very good job down here, just keeping him as low as he is.
Right.
And no one is actually winning mid lane right now, which is very impressive, because Odie is, as we all know, an insanely strong laner.
Considering you're locked up in the Astro Imprisonment, should be missing CS, the fact that he's leading is pretty interesting.
Oh, snaking, snaking.
Snaking needs the tether, and there it is.
As I said, it always looks exciting, but it never happens.
Skeeter for a second can hit with a Fire Snap Cookie. They're going to chase him down to the trees and buy that tier 1 tower. Might even look to get this kill. The Swashbuckle comes in, and Aloha Dance will get the kill. They'll take out this troll and grab themselves first blood.
You see a little bit of trouble here. There's a brain step available. One more hit, one more, and ooh, the cookie, man. He would have actually died from the level 2 brain step.
Getting himself out of range and getting salved up.
Yeah, very well played by NAVI. Which, honestly, the players on the team are so individually skilled. I really don't know why they've been struggling to put out results lately. Like, this team has everything they need. Yeah. More Astrals coming out. Fanta in a little bit of trouble. He still has a healing self though. He's gonna be just fine.
Ooh, up top, they chase solo too. Tundra certainly are playing aggressive in their side lanes, but it's a question of whether or not it's going to pay off, and so far it hasn't, with them over bottom losing that troll to first blood.
Yeah, I have to be a little careful in the middle as well. If there's like a sneaky level 6 from no one, could potentially result in a wave kill.
Knowing the potentially the Astro Imprisonment's on cooldown, he might be able to get a level 6 and then throw the Sonic Wave up and does sneak
nice
that
one.
bounty. Looks like Solo's gonna die here to Snaking.
Yeah, forced the Titan to TP at least, but made the best out of the situation that he could. It's a pretty tough Rubik lane. This is exactly why I don't like Rubik like 5. It's just so underwhelming. It's not a great lane support, you have like a lift, which is like a 1-second stun. Like your nuke doesn't really help too much. And now you TP in middle, sort of abandoning the Luna. Gotta be careful with that kind of move.
I think they really want to try and get this kill onto the OD with that Sonic Wave now that they're level 6.
He didn't even skill it though. Went 3 levels in the Scream, so no Sonic Wave available even. Interesting. Very interesting.
We've seen it a couple times with the Queen of Pain too. Get that level 6, go to the Sonic Wave and just get that kill, but maybe thinking that OD's left the lane, you can hit level 7 and then have an opportunity to add it again.
Yeah, but
Bottom lane,
bot lane.
Vada,
Nice.
Fire Snap Cookie, they just get a quick kill there onto the Bane.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe you can TP bottom and kill the troll and the Bane, but apparently they don't even need him.
Yeah, level 2 shield crash with the Swashbuckle and the Fire Snap Cookie, more than enough to get the kill on the Bane. That just found himself a little bit too far forward and out of position. And look at no one. He's stealing these camps on the opposite side of the map, so...
Not very efficient though, right? Like it looks so slow, and... Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I'm not
the creep
entirely sure why he's
wave's
doing
mid.
it. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't want to lane against the Odie anymore, but it looked pretty okay for him. He's actually had a net worth. Oh, Father has to be so careful.
Nightmare pulled off. Skeeter trying to chase. Shield crash again, so General getting that shield crash onto 2 heroes. The brain sap. Fada trying to maybe find another brain sap, but they've also got Snake King, and they're already under the tier 1 tower, so this is not going to result in a kill. So leaves the Tide alone for the most part. Tide, I want to say, should be okay, but he's already getting pressured by Solo and V-Tune.
Yeah, it's tough now because he's skilled and itemized in a way where the IO is going to be with him. But now IO TP'd away to try and get a kill bot lane, so it's going to get a little difficult for him. Aloha Dance should be dead here. Brain Sap.
Spirits, Brain Sap. They've got the tools to get the kill. Even it up at 2, and 9 gonna try and steal a stack here.
Yeah, nice spotting of the stack and easy pickup with the Meteor Hammer. Not much Navi can really do about that, especially after losing the Snapfire. Pop is rotating top though.
Yeah, 33 in a lot of trouble.
Easy.
Don't even need
And
a
the tower
Sonic
might be
Wave.
gone too.
It's an easy tower to get. With nobody up here, they're going to try and pressure the mid-tier 1 with the Meteor Hammer, but that's immediately glyphed up, so they don't really get much damage on that mid-tower, and Queen of Pain walked up here. Doesn't actually have a TP at the moment.
Losing a tower this
immediately go
early
back.
is very detrimental. No Meteor Hammer available just yet, so won't be able to get the kill, but yeah, map control definitely going to the side of Navi now.
They brought the Rubik in, and they're trying to bait him in potentially with no one coming over with a double damage and that Sonic Wave ready to go. But fighting into this with 33 level 6 and having that Ravage is a little bit tough. Especially to just commit on like that.
And now they lost the mid tower, which obviously is way more important than the offlane tower. Oh, gets the Meteor Hammer connection.
Yeah, but there's the Sonic Wave. Meteor Hammer still comes down right on top of Aloha Dance, and they'll get the kill on a Snake King with
Nice
the
cookie.
Fire Snap Cookie. They end up trading, but the Telekinesis slams down onto Fada, so 9 and Fada trying to run from no one. They've got the Astro Imprisonment once again. They'll pop a salve on Fada to try and survive, and no one's got to find a target. He has the vision on Fada, but he's looking to focus his attention onto 9. Solo's gone over there, throws the Fade Bolt, gets by the tier 1 tower. There's no Sonic Wave. He does have a Scream if he were to get close enough, but Fada TP's into the tier 1, gets the Nightmare onto the Rubik. They'll look to go to the Rolling Thunder. And there's the Shadow Strike. Fada getting low, hit again with the Rolling Thunder. Astro Imprisonment once more, trying to save this Bane, and it's a skirmish that really doesn't end in many kills.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that General didn't make his way up there earlier, because I feel like as though there should have been a dead OD and Bane if he did connect, because he's so close at the tower anyways, right? A little slow on the movement there.
This has left the Luna to farm up top freely.
Yeah, he's very rich, of course, but we've all seen what an OD in the late game can do, man. Hero is so scary in all stages of the game. Did you see the damage numbers in the last game? Secret against Enigma? The OD was hitting for 600 pure damage per hit, man.
Jesus.
Literally, it is insane. Like he 4-hit the Drow Ranger. Like OD's damage output in the late game is not balanced, especially with an IO. Just gives him like 120 or 140 attack speed.
So Skeeter and 33 move into the top tier 1. They get this tier 1 tower, it's going to open up a lot of the Dire map. It could be a big problem.
Yeah, at least they're looking to replicate that move and get the bot tower, but they still lost their mid tower, which Tundra haven't, so...
You can see
Advantage still
Fada's
to
trying to
Navi.
make something happen, but now they're going to relocate in. Fire Snap Cookie with the Rolling Thunder. They've got themselves the Fiend's Grip out onto General. Mortimer's Kisses comes in. Ravage to follow that all up. They've got the damage to get the kill onto no one. Now they'll look over at General. Sanity's Eclipse. They get the kill onto Snake King, and he's stolen the Sanities.
Not very impactful on the 5 Rubik, I'm afraid.
A 1-for-1 that results in them losing this Queen of Pain again.
Yeah, like all the trades that are happening are always a little bit unfavorable for the Navi side. And sure, Luna is getting quite big, but look at the Quap's net worth. Lowest of all the cores, and we all know Quap is such a snowball Ryan hero. Too tanky.
3 heroes,
No
going
chance.
bottom, but he's got the tether.
He wasn't even close to dying. Like 1100 health all the way.
It's weird with the Queen of Pain because it looked like no one was winning the lane, and then, like you said, it was weird to see him move over to the triangle and farm the opponent's triangle and not really do it efficiently.
Seeing the Snapfire slide around a bit. But yeah, I also don't know why he just went to like a single creep camp. It's yeah, well they're smoking up now. They got the Sonic Wave.
Yeah, the Snapfire.
Sleeping in the team fight here.
Oh, smoke gets broken. No one's...
Unsmoked already. Yeah. Like it looks so So easy, right? Like he just walks up there. Oh, hi.
Fallen to the Radiant.
And that also stems from the fact that he's got confidence in just knowing how tanky he is at the moment. They've got the Nightmare. Fada doesn't have the Fiend's Grip. He'll use the Sanities. Now he's got the Stolen Nightmare. That'll stop the Meteor Hammer from coming down, but no one forced to blink back.
Oh yeah, they would have killed the Quap. So well played by Solo there. Really wants to have that Astro though, rather than the Nightmare, if possible.
I don't think he's grabbed that yet.
No, he tried to, but
Radiant's
only managed to steal the Sanities, unfortunately. And Odie also itemizing into more of a late game approach, going for the Midas. A little bit greedy, but here they can benefit so much from attack speed. I'm always on board.
Sneaking with Skeeter on the top end of the map, and that's with relocate available, just not the mana to make it happen if they needed to relocate into a fight. They're gonna just wrap around and potentially get Aloha Dance here. Fire Snap Cookie onto the high ground, and now he's gonna try and TP out, but there's just no chance with Fada ready to get that Nightmare and the Astro Imprisonment that follows.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Now, the real problem that Dire has is they have 0 initiation until the Pango gets his Blink Dagger, which he's somewhere close to, and the Watch will get dewatered immediately as well. But yeah, like once he has a Blink on Pango, that's actually when they can start team fighting. 300 away from it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And the Blink Dagger are going to be very important. But you can see the movement from Snaking and Skitter. They moved through the jungle to get to Aloha Dance in that middle lane. Like, that just is a small example of what having the mid and the top tier 1 down lets you do with the movements that you can make. And
yeah, I also like it specifically because they're stealing all the enemy camps all the time.
Yeah.
Like Navi just can't farm their own jungle right now. It's a big problem for the economy.
I'm not sure if maybe Tundra are expecting to fight, but there have been times, especially when we used to see the Sven as well as the Io combo, that they would relocate just to farm multiple lanes at a time.
That's the thing with Io, right? There's so many possibilities with that hero. It can be
Yeah.
used for killing, for saving, for, as you said, pushing lanes, farming.
And there's that Blink Dagger.
Yeah. Tide isn't too far off his own though. 400 for that. But now's the time to make plays for Navi. They gotta get something done.
I will say the Rubik's not too under-farmed, all things considered. A little bit below the IO, but overall, both supports on the side of Navi have found a decent chunk of farm. They have the Nightmare, they could try and go in. But they'll use it just to save no one and allow him to blink back for free.
Sanities?
Hey, he's just going to drop it down here. Nine's going to get an easy kill onto General and drop down the Sanities, have that damage out on this Pangolier, and they'll follow it up with a +1 on Aloha Dance.
Yeah, killing Pangolier really just shuts down any offensive approach at all for the Dire side. As I said, like, they need this Pangolier Blink Dagger to really connect onto a couple of heroes, but even then, there's still a Tidehunter in the front line with his own Blink now. But the silver lining, at least, is that Luna finally finished her BKB, so there is a chance that you can just kill the Tidehunter and force him to like an awkward Ravage.
Probably when the Luna, yeah, can fight with the BKB, but probably wants to take as much time as he can, or as Bichun can, to get into this Scotty if possible. They're only down 2,000 as Sages has only a minute left on it. Is Tundra going to be as confident without the Aegis, or do you think they kind of play a little bit more conservative and farm? They've been doing that already. It's only 7-5, 17 minutes into the game, but do you think they play conservatively even more than they have already?
I think what they're waiting for is to troll BKB, and as soon as that's online, they are going to feel very, very confident.
And that's what they've got getting
Initiation
over.
of Fata.
That's going to be the Blink with the Rolling Thunder. They've got the Astro Imprisonment to try and get the save here onto the Bane, but the board numbers kisses fly through. Fada ends up dying to Aloha Dance. They've got the Tether Skitter Going after General. They've got the root. The right clicks in. 33 thinking about who to gush. They don't get the kill here onto the Pangolier, but they'll look over at Aloha Dance. Nobody dead on the side of Navi just yet. They need to be careful about the timing on this Aegis. It's only got 5 seconds left. Skitter trying to find a kill, but moving forward deeper and deeper into the grounds of Navi. That puts him in a bit of a precarious position. They'll get the root onto Vichun. He starts to move away a little bit. There's the relocate to a short distance as no one blinks past them and away from them. So a fight that goes back and forth with few casualties.
Yeah, no BKBs used, no ults really used either other than the Pango roll. Very interesting fight. They're just poking at each other.
Fatado
dying again, yeah. Second time in a row. They really need that Fiend's grip for these team fights. It's the only way to really stop the Pangolier for them right now. I do have to say though, just being 1 or 2k ahead for the Radiant team is a very good thing for them, because I do believe that their scaling into late game is just so incredibly strong. Like OD late game is just a different beast. You get the Saber for 1 second, you're just dead.
It's the split and farm too, right? From Luna to Quap. There's quite a big gap.
Yeah, the Quap is the biggest problem. Like, if Quap had the same net worth as like Odie, let's say, I wouldn't be nearly as worried. But it's all funneled onto the Luna.
Going Treads, Kaya Sanj, and then going Shard next. Rolling Thunder, General on the high ground. There's the blink that hits Skeeter. He's tethered up right now. 33 thinking about jumping in and having that Ravage available. They're all starting to set up for him, and there it is.
Oh my god.
Over to the side. They get the kill on Aloha Dance. They'll take out Solo. Now look over at no one. And with 9 moving in, he's got that Astro Imprisonment. They're still trying to find this Queen of Pain. They'll get into the Roche Pit, so no one. Has he juked this? Blinks, and so far so good. Got another blink in a second, and he's free to leave. Well played.
He's out. But amazing Ravage. I could open up the Roshan now. Although they did only get the supports. So yeah, probably want to wait until you have Ravage, until you threaten Roshan. But there was a sick Ravage. Like all 3 clumped up together. No hesitation. Bam.
Yeah, it doesn't catch General, but they get both supports. If they had gotten the Quap, that feels so good, but a good job there by no one to get out of dodge.
Yeah, unfortunately he didn't recognize that he had a Kaya Sanj. So the Meteor Hammer timing a little bit off.
33 blinks back. They're smoked. Aloha Dance a little far forward. Trying to find the right positioning to potentially have those Mortimer's Kisses drop down. And it's now no one blinks onto the high ground. Vichun looking, and General again with a Rolling Thunder ready to go. 33 right by the tower. And General, he's waiting in the river. He's ready to Tokyo Drift.
He actually has a BKB now though on Odie as well. It's going to be so hard to fight into those 2 BKBs. Because if you go in too deep as a Pango, you're just going to get Fiend Script and get pummeled to death by the Troll.
You still haven't gotten this tier 1 mid. This has been such a stalemate in the mid tier 1. And Navi just not confident enough to make an aggressive move there, and probably for the right reasons if they caught a glimpse of seeing 9 with that BKB.
Yeah, still scary though, because like being behind in gold against a lineup like this it doesn't bode too well for you. As I said, I'm really concerned for this Quap. Has Kaya-san, sure, is going to the Shard next, but no real item progression for him.
Sneaking and Skeeter up top. Telekinesis. Scatter Blast, Fire Snap Cookie. They're thinking about using the Sonic Wave.
Just pumping it. Navi has to be really careful here. They don't want to fight on Tundra's terms.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I don't know what this says.
I don't either.
The lizard here.
It needs to let us know. 30 seconds until Roche is back up. Aegis and Shard.
Yeah. Oh wow, I'm a peg. I forgot that Roshan was even done. So when I was like, yeah, they're gonna threaten Roshan, I was like, oh yeah. I already did it one time. Going to Fata again. Very isolated up there.
Yeah, they want to go for Fata, but they've got the tether, and now they'll steal the brain sap, but that's really not the ability you want to steal if there's anything you want to get from this Bane. Bowling Thunder comes through as well as the Blink. They've got the Ravage on the back line with the BKB being popped by V-Tune. Drops down the Eclipse. BKB popped by 9. They get the kill on a Fata, the person they were going for originally, and now the focus is on 33. So they'll take the tide, they'll search for more, they'll swashbuckle forward. They've got the Blink with the shield crash, which will slow them down, but Skeeter turns around, starts right-clicking, but the Fire Snap Cookie as well as the mech will save the life of General. They'll get the kill on a Snake King. They'll look over at Skeeter. Aloha Dance will finally die, but there's the Blink away from no one. The BKB's been popped by Skeeter, as well as the buyback being committed by Snake King. They've got the tether on a Skeeter, but it's not going to matter. They'll take out this Troll, and they'll find Snake King for the second time. His buyback icon doesn't even disappear, and that leaves them Roche. So all of a sudden, Navi, with a really good fight, put themselves ahead, and will put an Aegis in their hands potentially.
And a shot as well. Yeah, this fight went perfectly for them. They lost like one hero. Super nice roll from Pangolier. Titan that was forced into a very awkward Ravage position. Great reactions with the BKB from the Luna. And it's exactly what you want to do. Like Pangolier got the roll off on both supports. So no Fiend's Grip, no IO shenanigans. And yeah, like if you want to win a team fight, that's exactly how you got to play. Perfect execution there.
That fight got split up pretty heavily by Tundra. You had 33 who went to the back end of the fight to go for the Luna, as well as, I believe, the Snap. And it just ends up being well too far between the two parts of these fights for them to really put it all together.
Yeah, and Luna reacted with the BKB, as we said, so didn't even catch the Luna. All the Ravage did was cancel the Snap ult, but like you need to have a much bigger impact with the Ravage because it's your team fight control. Once that Bane is dead, Ravage is all you have to stun.
Not really that good of a stun when you only have it once every 150 seconds.
Yeah, and now with this Aegis, they can potentially get all the 6 towers that are in front of the base, and then they can just choke them out slowly. The mid tower's gotta fall now, right?
Yeah, for sure. Could have been better for the side of Tundra. I know they were anticipating getting the Aegis and Shard, and the Shard was going to be picked up by, well, I would assume was going to be picked up by Snake King, because he's got one queued up to get that tether stun.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Yeah, actually a shard is such a big deal, especially if you get it on supports who generally don't get that much money. It's like a big money injection for them. So they ended up giving it to the Snapfire.
Yeah, 4 out of 5 of them have shards already.
Yeah, and once the Snapfire has Blink as well, he's just another form of initiation for this NAVI team.
And there it is.
Under attack.
And there it is.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now I do think though that the last team fight went like 100% Navi's way because everything just went perfectly for them, right? I still do believe that Tundra... Oh, actually now that the Luna is so big, it's gonna be very hard to fight into this Luna. Because nobody can stand the ground against them. Other than the Troll. So if Troll doesn't get on top of the Luna, nobody can deal with her.
So Tundra needs to either bait out a BKB usage or find a way to fight around it.
Yeah, or find like a good grip pickoff, because I don't think we've seen like a grip pickoff yet in this game.
He does have the Aether Lens. So he's got that extra cast range to get that Fiend's Grip off and away. And they're going to start to group up here in the triangle.
Yeah. Like, a good Fiend's Grip can literally just turn an entire fight around, so... We'll see if we
Top lane.
See it or not. Oh,
General trying to
cancelled.
roll.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Still getting canceled, but eventually we'll find some distance. Fata, though, trying to find him coming back in, and he actually ends up getting hit.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I saw him with the ward. He walked right by one.
Was on the right track, though. So Odie finishes Blink Decker now, so at least he can follow up on a Ravage.
They're TPing top. They want to go for this. Shield Crash Skeeter in some trouble. They've got the disarm now onto the IO. The Fiend's Grip onto the Queen of Pain, but nobody going to follow this one up. They're pinging it out, but nothing's there for them. They get the kill on a solo. They're ending up losing Fata for it, though. They've got a ward on the high ground here for the side of Tundra. They'll shield crash right on top of Skeeter, but oh boy, all of a sudden he's in a bit of trouble. They've got the disarm on him, the blink over, looking for a Aloha Dance. Good BKB, Ravage comes out. Oh, doesn't hit onto the Luna. They get the kill on Aloha Dance. BKB's about to wear off on this OD, and now they're going to try and fight here. Vichun, he's kind of surrounded. He's got some help here from General, but not enough help here from General. They'll take the Aegis out of his hands, but they end up losing Snake King to no one. No one trying to help out the Luna where he can with the BKB.
They're still strong.
Both carries, right clicks in, and Skeeter might win this war and will. Not only has he won this war, though, they're going to go for the Queen of Pain. Rooted, killed, gone. Double kill there for Skeeter, and the Rolling Thunder just does nothing from General, and it's just a lonely road home back to the base.
Yeah, like if we've seen before what a perfect team fight for Navi looks like, this is exactly what Tundra needs to do. Split up the fight, pick off the supports one by one, and use the BKBs to do it, because once Luna is by herself against this troll, there's just no way she can win that fight. Very well played with the Astrals, keeping the Quap out of the fight as well, the Fiend Scoop on her. Yeah, and that might be a Rex now if they don't buy back. Actually, 45 seconds could be... not 2 Rex, they still have the T2 mid tower. It's a massive win for them.
Yeah.
Damn. Made it look easy.
Not only that, but deliver the troll back to base, so he gets out safely.
Yeah, there's a DD top. So we'll see if they want to make another play with that one. But yeah, like at this point in the game, it's looking really scary. Like once this OD gets up to his Hex, he can solo kill pretty much anyone on this map. There's so much damage potential coming out from him.
Pretty lead at the moment.
Yeah, it's a little bit deceiving though. Because I do think unless Navi get the perfect fight on their terms, like they should be losing most of the fights. Just because it's very difficult to fight into 2 saves, right? IO, 3 saves even. IO, Bane, and OD.
Right.
Very tough to fight into.
And the IO now has that mech going for the shard.
Yeah, they got a lot of problems to solve on the Navi side.
So see how Navi want to react. Queen of Pain going into the Shivas has the BKB at 9 seconds, so Treads, Kaya Sanj, BKB. Meanwhile, Luna, we've been talking about Vichun quite a bit, and he's got that Silver Edge ready to go and going into the Butterfly next.
Yeah, somebody bought a bottle for snaking and she just stayed into the game. Very interesting. Of course, we all know a DD can be an absolute game changer. Seen it a couple of times at TI.
Yeah, certainly.
Roche potentially spawn in 1 minute. If it's a very fast one, I could potentially even use the DD for that. Oh, the Bane.
Rolling Thunder, Fada.
Ooh, he might have killed him here.
Yeah, Astro puts him in a bad spot. Rolling Thunder's there with a Lucent Beam. They'll get the kill on the Fada, lose the Bane for 45. Thinking about going in on a General, they've got this double damage if they want to make the jump, but Bane not buying back, and that's not where they want to place their aggression. Telekinesis, 33, dropped on a Skeeter. Solo blinks away. A good job there by that Rubik to get out of harm's way.
Yeah, using the Psychic Headband very nicely. Didn't even know he had a Blink Dagger. Actually quite farmed on a Rubik.
He just got ahead of the Bane.
Yeah. Yeah, he managed to accumulate a lot of gold. So when is Roshan gonna spawn? See if it's a quick one.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's so easy to take for Tundra. It is an instant spawn.
No, it's 2 minutes.
Oh, it's 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Well, why did it show 0 on my clock? What the hell?
That was the,
Radiant are
there's a little delay between the minimum and
No,
the
it's like
extra.
turned golden and it said 0.00. I was like, what?
Still in
And
beta,
now
man.
it's like a much bigger circle.
It's the beta.
Yeah. Free
It'll
game?
be fixed
No.
in Source 3.
Yeah,
be fine.
yeah. Sure. Next year.
Ooh.
Well, you know what they say, right? Free game, no. Bitchin'. I like how it has become like the staple excuse for any bug in the game.
5-minute smoke here for Tundra. They're going to try and find somebody, but the smoke gets broken on Skeeter. And Aloha Dance in general will back off to their tier 2 tower, but they are controlling this part of the map, and Roche is the next objective. The question is, can they maintain control of this part of the map for another minute at least?
Odie has enough money to buy out his Hex. I wonder if they're going to do that and just try to play the next fight to win the game, basically. Or if he's going to keep buyback. He buys the full Hex, okay, so no buyback on him, but a lot of destructive potential.
Play to win the game.
This Hex like allows him to instantly kill anyone.
They know where they are. Blink, Sonic Wave, Fada immediately out of the fight. They've got themselves the Mortimer's Kisses, looking for the Rolling Thunder. That does land on the Snake King. No one going to follow it up. Try and get the kill here onto the IO. They've got the buyback available with the Eclipse being dropped down right on top of 33. He's the only one eating the Eclipse. Doing a decent chunk of damage, forcing out the Ravage. They get the kill to 33 over on the other side of the fight, though. They are found themselves Fada as well as Snake King. They're going to buy back on 33. They've got the outpost to get back into a decent spot. They've lost General. Fada, he goes down again after buying back. And there we go. They've got V-Tune Jade. And, well, that's just not going to be enough there from the Rubik. They look over at the OD, and Quab taking so much damage. Triple kill here for Skeeter. Will take out
Rampage,
Solo.
Rampage.
It should be a full team wipe. Rampage for Skeeter.
Oh, and the IO providing so much heal, and you just see the burst damage of the OD. Like, he 3-hit the Quab. And look how fast Roshan dies. Yeah, okay. Okay. I think we're done here. There was even with a Stone Ravage from the Rubik.
Yeah, and it hit pretty well. Just wasn't enough.
It did. They just have no damage. Once the BKB is down from the Luna, the OD literally 3-hit him. It's ridiculous. I think he's already hitting for like a 400 pure damage per hit. The fight started so well, both supports dying.
Oh yeah, almost immediately. They Sonic Wave to kill Fada, and then the Rolling Thunder was well placed to stop Snake King. And then Fada even dies again in this fight.
And they did both fight back at least, so it's something, but there's another side gone. Just look at the damage with this OD. Like every time he hits, it's so much damage. It's just like he didn't even use Sanity's Eclipse in that fight at all. Look at that. You see that damage?
Yeah.
A quarter of the health per hit. Holy nuts. If this here doesn't need a nerf hammer, then I don't know who does.
And no patches this year.
Feels that way, doesn't it?
No patch the entire DPC season.
Yeah, until next TI, same patch still. Team Spirit wins again. It's actually funny how well Team Spirit figured out this patch, if you think about it. There's no in and out. It's crazy.
And even with those slight changes that came after, but those changes weren't really significant enough to stop Spirits snowballing.
Yeah, so what do you do now? If you're Navi's coach and you were allowed to be in the booth, what do you tell them, Become?
Get good? I don't know. That's my chat man of the people analysis.
Like, get good. Stop getting 3-hit by the OD, scrub.
Yeah, basically.
Or the troll sitting at 4k HP now.
And just ripping through buildings.
Yeah, and the refresher shot on the OD, that means double sanities, double hacks, double BKB. Or he gave it away to Tidehunter, I lied.
Radiant are scanning.
Just that tier 3 bottom of that set of racks is the last that is available.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Luna can do now. Like, he has about 6... Oh my god, Timeless Relic on OD. The most OS frog thing in the game.
He's also got himself an enchanted quiver.
Like, his Hex is gonna last like 4.5 seconds now.
He
It's
gave it
literally just... Wait, what? He doesn't have it? Who did he give it to?
He gave it to the Tidehunter.
No, don't do that, 9. You gotta demand, you gotta be selfish. Take it. Give me the damn relic!
3-man smoke by Navi. But with that Lucent Beam, they know they're nearby.
I actually can't believe that Odie didn't take the relic. I'm stunned.
Maybe they'll swap. Just
Probably
for you.
after double Ravage it will.
Ooh, Queen of Pain spotted for a second. Luna on the low ground. Here's the Lucent Beam coming in. They've got the telekinesis from a distance, and they will
Do they have a force staff? They don't, right?
Skeeter Arteezy. And they're forced to use Relocate.
Yeah, no force staff on the entire team. Oh, General in such a scary position.
Oh,
Yeah, 3-3.
boy.
Yeah.
They found him.
Wait, he canceled his own Fiend script. No, Vater.
All right. Well, that might let him leave.
He's
General
out.
just sliding and TPing away.
Wait, nothing canceled his group, right? He did it himself.
Unless he got knocked up in the air for a second, but
He did not. It's okay, happens to everybody. Now there's no Rolling Thunder at least, so it's gonna be very hard to protect his barracks.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's barely taken any damage. Like 100 HP region, no biggie.
he's still back from this.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Tundra is a pretty conservative team. They always like to make things like 100% safe.
Yeah, knowing that that Aegis is running out, they back away and don't want to force the issue.
Yeah. I mean, they're only gonna keep scaling, right? So there's really no need to force like the issue like that. Their late game is just way, way, way superior. It's very scary if you're this Navi lineup. Like, whoever gets hexed literally just dies, and they have no save. He didn't steal Astral on Rubik, right? He didn't.
He doesn't have anything right now.
Yeah, that means that's the only save they could potentially get, and yeah, maybe if he's fast, but we could be looking at potentially 3 Ravages soon.
Oh boy. Maybe a 4th if we see the Rubik steal one.
Yeah, you get one, and you get one. I wouldn't be surprised if we just solo Ravages the Rubik. At that point, like, why not? I will eat that chase.
Skeeter pushing top. And you can see Navi trying to potentially react to it.
Now, a criticism I had for Tundra quite many times is that at times they're too conservative, you know? Of course, they're not in a rush to really finish the game, but they oftentimes give too much space to the enemy despite being really far ahead. So I hope they don't fall into this like similar kind of trap. That being said, they smoke up straight away, so see if we can find something.
They're looking in the right spot. There's the blink as well as the hex coming through onto the Luna. V-Tune trying to run, but the Abyssal comes out from Skeeter. They'll get the cone of V-Tune. Now they're going to look at the Ravage. That lands on to 2. They'll throw it again. They've got it landing on both. No one's
Stole the
there.
Ravage.
Dance will follow. Already a triple kill here for Skeeter. Rubik has stolen the Ravage, but question is, will that make a big enough difference? They look like they're probably going to need to buy back here on the Luna as well as the Queen of Pain.
But at what cost? Because whoa, he's going deep.
Yeah, going in for
That is-
General. Well, now buyback. They have buyback available on everybody who's down on the side of Navi, but then they got to make a move. Oh,
Luna,
Solo
Luna.
got stunned immediately. Oh, no. A Ravage.
Well, at least Fata dies with the gem, but it's so costly for Navi. Now they just wait until everything's back of cooldown again and go for round 2. Like, Tundra is just getting stronger. It's
And that Ravage could have been game-changing from Solo.
potentially, yeah, a little bit unlucky there. Did he get bashed or what happened?
I believe so.
Oh no,
it's
the tether stun, I believe.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay, the smallest distance I've seen from a relocate in a long time.
No, there was one smaller in this fight already.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, he might be dead for that though.
Might be. And OD's going to come in, hit with the Rolling Thunder, but they get the kill on a solo. It ends up being a 1-for-1 with Snake King buying back in the BKBB pop by 9. They get the kill on a V-Tune. They'll look over now at no one. V-Tune doesn't have buyback. On the cliff is General trying to TP out. No one going after 9. And, well, 7 may have eaten 9, but 9 destroys no one. And Skeeter will get credit for both kills on no one and General, as NAVI called GG, and Tundra will take game 1.
Yeah, there were some glimpses of hope here and there for NAVI, like that one really good fight they took in the top lane, but after that, I think it was all Tundra, right?
Yeah, it felt like Tundra for the most part in this game.
Yeah, I mean, their team play just was a little bit better. And by a little bit, I mean quite a bit better than NAVI's, unfortunately. And their lineup is just so scary to play against. They have so many saves, so many big ults that can just turn the fight, whether it's Sanities or Ravage. It's very scary to give away this OD. Like, I think this hero is actually first pick, first ban material. Yeah. People are already doing that, but like it should actually be respected as such now.
Yeah, I think that now you've got to really, as you've seen OD perform this well time and time again, you have to make the decision. Is it going to be the Razor? Is it going to be the OD? Like maybe both if you let the IO go through, but OD is proven to be potentially a first phase ban. And well,